Everybody, Houston here with David Burton. What's on your mind?
Looking forward to SummerSlam. SummerSlam is continuing to get more interesting every passing week.
Yeah.
Especially as more matches continue to be added. We got Liv Morgan, who's been injured, and she's really injured for real. Kevin Owens is really injured for real.
Yeah.
Man. So yeah, a lot of some interesting things have been going on. Hopefully KO's injury is not so bad to the point where they have to be stripped of their titles.
Yeah, well, every now and then the champions can take time off while they're still champion every once in a while.
That's true.
Yeah.
But as of right now, let's run down the matches here that's been made so far. You have Cody Rhodes versus Brock Lesnar, Seth Rollins, Finn Balor in the World Heavyweight Championship, Asuka, Charlotte Flair, Bianca Belair in a triple threat match for the Women's Championship, Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso in a tribal combat match, whatever that is.
Well, I'll tell you what it is in just a moment.
Logan Paul versus Ricochet, Intercontinental Championship match, Gunther versus Drew McIntyre, and lastly, Ronda Rousey versus Shayna Baszler.
Yeah, so basically, the tribal combat is, according to Jey Uso, the elders of the Anoa'i family came up with the idea, not just for the championship, oh no, but for the right to be the tribal chief. So everything is on the line. Yeah. Everything's on the line at SummerSlam. And I'm telling you, I want to apologize right now to the elders. Right now, I do apologize. Because at SummerSlam, you're going to see a very, very sadistic side of Roman Reigns. You know what? I apologize to...
It's going to be a mean side.
I apologize to Jey Uso's family. I apologize to his children. I apologize to his wife. Because you're going to see a very disgusting, a very brutal Roman Reigns at Survivor Series. And family or not, you don't mess with the tribal chief, with the title of tribal chief. Screw that. Put family aside, put on the shelf. It's going to be very uncomfortable to watch at a certain point. Now, afterwards, y'all get the cold one and make up later. But in the meantime, it's going to be very uncomfortable. At some point, it's going to be uncomfortable to watch.
Yeah, Paul Heyman once said, like, Roman, you're going to have to be vicious. You're going to have to be mean. Like, this is your family, you know.
Yeah. It's going to be really...
Like, you're going to be this brutal to a member of your family?
Well, damn it, when you're the tribal chief, you got no other option. Roman Reigns come this far in his career as tribal chief, in this stage of his career as tribal chief, you can't have a conscience. You can't. I'm sorry. You can't have a conscience. Ain't no turning back. You got to be one brutal SOB.
Yeah, especially if you want to stay champion.
Yeah. It's going to get uncomfortable at a certain point. I'm just going to put it out there right now.
That's going to be a very interesting match. I'm trying to, Seth Rollins and Finn Balor, their matches are always good, so I'm going to be looking forward to that.
And how ironic is it that many years ago at SummerSlam, I want to say 2017, 16, for the Universal Championship. They debuted the Universal Championship. It was Seth Rollins, Finn Balor, and Balor won that match, but it cost him his arm.
Yeah, it sure did. He won the match. He beat Seth Rollins basically with one arm.
Yeah.
That was impressive enough, as that was.
He just pushed. It's that adrenaline rush. You push through the pain if you can. If you can't, nobody can fault you. But if you can, push through the pain, and you worry about the consequences later. I remember, David. I was at WrestleMania 2014. I have conditioned hydrogen-itis, basically boils. I have them everywhere, and boils can cause a lot of pain. So I'm on the adrenaline high, a WrestleMania high. I don't feel a damn thing. I'm walking everywhere, doing everything. And David, the next Monday morning, my body said, "I'm making you pay, dang it." I felt everything everywhere. So adrenaline rush is one hell of a thing. Let me tell you.
Yeah, I have some experience with adrenaline too, and there's nothing like the rush of adrenaline. There really isn't.
Oh, but when it wears off, that's a sucker.
Man, when that course of adrenaline hits you,
yeah,
there's no stopping.
Yeah, but when it wears off, it ain't pretty. You gotta do the consequences now.
That's interesting. I remember The Undertaker was talking about adrenaline. Wrestling once with a broken hand. Mm-hmm. Like it was, he said at one point it got to the point where he didn't even feel the pain anymore. Uh-huh. But after that match was over and the adrenaline wore off,
yep,
it wasn't fun anymore.
Yes, sir. Oh, man. By the way, y'all, I'm excited. I got news for you haven't heard. I got news for you. Here in Dallas, Texas, October 23rd. Guess what, baby? WWE Monday Night Raw is live October 23rd, Dallas, Texas, and by God, I will be there. It's about doggone time.
Yeah, when I heard that, I was like, that's pretty damn cool. And, of course, that came about when WWE announced additional tour dates.
Mm-hmm. Now, I have a problem with those people, whoever running WatchWrestling.ai, you slipping, man. You're slipping big time. I was trying to watch SmackDown, because I don't have FS1. I couldn't have a good stream. So that's messed up. So for a while, I'm going to recommend WrestlingNetwork.in. WatchWrestling.ai has some issues right now.
Yeah, I saw parts of SmackDown.
I hate when they're on FS1 because I can't find the dang channel. So I recommend for a cup of coffee, I recommend Watch Wrestling. WrestlingNetwork.in. I don't like whoever's running WatchWrestling.ai right now. I don't like you right now. Get it together, get it fixed. So in the meantime, I recommend WrestlingNetwork.in.
That's what I use to watch the UFC stuff, The Ultimate Fighter. I also would use that to watch the Dark Side of the Ring episodes. And of course, Ring of Honor's most recently pay-per-view, Death Before Dishonor. Pretty okay show. That was a decent show, no complaints. A nice, decent show. And it's funny because it's like their pay-per-views are better than AEW's.
They alright. They're all.
I have the results to that show. I also remember some after watching it. Of course, we have Gravity defeated Commander. Samoa Joe defeated Dalton Castle to retain the ROH World Television Championship, a title he's held for over 400 days, by the way. Aussie Open defeats the Lucha Brothers, the Kingdom, and Best Friends in a fatal four-way tag team match to win the ROH World Tag Team titles. The Mogul Embassy defeats Toa Lena, Leon Ruffin, and 6 or 9 to retain the ROH World Six-Man Tag titles. Kyoshin Shibata defeats Daniel Garcia to win the ROH Pure Championship. The Dark Order defeated the Righteousness. And a Fight Without Honor, that's basically a street fight. They changed the name since it's ROH. Anyway, Claudio Castagnoli defeats Pac, who replaced the injured Mark Briscoe. Anyway, he defeated him to retain the ROH World Heavyweight Championship. And lastly, Athena defeated Willow Nightingale to retain the ROH World Women's Championship.
Yes, sir. Did you get a chance to see Blood and Guts?
No. I only saw certain parts of it.
You did see Blood and Guts. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I heard the match itself wasn't great, but I'll definitely watch it.
I gotta get your own opinion on that, but
that's not my opinion. That's the opinion of other people. I heard the match itself wasn't that great.
Now,
I didn't see the match.
The elephant in the room, ladies and gentlemen, Billy Gunn. Is he done or is he finished? Is he finished or is he done? In other words, the Birdman. He left his boots in the ring.
Yes, he did.
Now the rest of the business, when you think you had enough, you retire by leaving your boots in the ring, and you go about your business. So after a loss, by the way, with the Acclaim.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they lost that 6-man match.
And afterwards, Billy Gunn took his boots off, let him in the ring, and we got big old question marks now. Is he done? Is he done with wrestling altogether? Is he done with AEW? Is he done? Like, what's going on around here?
That's a good question. Hopefully we find that out.
And I'm just saying, I would like it if it wouldn't hurt if Billy would come on home to WWE. Come on home, Billy.
Oh yeah, those DX reunions.
Yeah, come on home.
It would be nice. It would be nice to see him there.
Now, what's cool about DX, the NWO, is like they're interchangeable. For example, the NWO is Kevin Nash, Scott Hall, X-Pac. Hogan, Nash, Hall. Unfortunately, Scott Hall is in the wrestling ring in the sky. He's in heaven now. But you can always swap them out. Like, for example, I always have Hall, X-Pac, Hogan, NWO. I can have X-Pac, Kevin Nash. I'm sorry, my bad. I apologize. I meant to say I can have Kevin Nash, X-Pac, Hogan. There you go. Kevin Nash, X-Pac, Hogan, NWO. I can have a cup of coffee, Shawn Michaels in the WWE version of NWO. I can put them there. I can put X-Pac, Shawn, and Nash, the Click / NWO. I love how they're interchangeable, especially DX.
Yeah, DX, you can so many people.
Yeah. Now the Click, that's a different story. You gotta take without China Rick Rude, the Clique is Scott Hall, Shawn Michaels, Triple H, Kevin Nash. The original, the Clique.
Can't forget Scott Hall, who passed.
Yeah. I don't think we need.
I'm still like shocked by that. Like he's not here with us.
Yeah, man. I don't think we need to put in Hall of Fame. They're already Hall of Famers. If we did put the Clique in Hall of Fame, that makes them 3-time Hall of Famers.
No, I can't see them doing that.
Yeah. Right now, nobody is a 3-time Hall of Famer. Everybody get 2. The first 2-time Hall of Famer, of course, and that's your boy Ric Flair.
Yep, and now there's a total of 7 people.
That's it.
7 2-time Hall of Famers. 7. I never thought I would actually say that. 7. 7 guys have been inducted twice.
Yeah. I went back in time to WCW. Like you had to say the country voice. The WCW. And I'm in the episode where Ric Flair is president for 90 days for 3 months, and he's having Eric Bischoff do embarrassing stuff.
Yeah, I remember Ric Flair in a mental institution. That was just stupid.
I haven't gotten there yet, but man, like certain things was like, wow. This was our competition. Sometimes great, sometimes it sucked. But once Vince Russo got a hold of it, my God, it went to hell.
Yeah. Oh man, that sucked. That sucked. He did what I guess he did the best he could, but
like imagine, I doubt it, but imagine if old man Ted Turner is still bitter, and if you had a piece of fault, you had to find the fault. I guess it lies with Vince Russo.
I don't know. You know, Vince, not the smartest guy.
Now, he's a great dude, but professional wrestling wise, no.
No, absolutely.
Vince Russo is a great human being, but as far as in the world of wrestling, I don't think so. That's not a combination. That's the equivalent. I can't mention the guy's name because I'm not gonna. I don't want any beef with that dude. No, I'm not even gonna go there. But that's like somebody who reviews professional wrestling that's never been in professional wrestling, never seen professional wrestling, and you think you know all the stuff.
Yeah. Those are some of the worst.
And there's some people like that, and one person in particular who I'm not going to mention. I want to beef with the guy, but we all know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to mention his name.
Oh.
No, you're not mentioning his name, David. I'm
not going to mention his name. I'll just say a lot of people don't like him in the business.
Yeah.
I'll just say that.
I don't want no bullshit with that guy, but we all know what I'm talking about. And he has. I'm not going to mention that, but. There are some people in the wrestling business who should not be in the wrestling business in the first place. Put it like that.
That's a fact, absolutely.
That reminds me of WCW, the corporate side, being ran by everybody but professional wrestler. Why wouldn't you not have a company? Like, wouldn't it make sense to have a wrestling company ran by a wrestler, somebody who knows what they're doing? You had everybody run it but a wrestler, and that's why one reason why it failed corporately. Everybody's running it, but a former wrestler. And then when the wrestler tried to run it, y'all didn't like what they was doing because y'all didn't have the vision they had.
Yes, everybody thinks it's like, no, I'm gonna run it. Don't give it to a wrestler because we don't think wrestlers are smart enough.
Uh-huh.
And some of them are not the smartest.
Well, I would give it to Hogan, to Hulk Hogan, for example. Hogan, he was running Impact Wrestling. When it was TNA. He goes here and there, but he did a great job. Him and Bischoff. That's Bischoff was the force behind that. That's why. Now he stepped out on his own and had his own company. I remember it was a midget wrestling company, and it failed.
Well, that wasn't really a company. That was a TV show.
Well, it failed horribly. Yeah, one season, I believe.
Yeah, it was a TV show. It was not really a company.
Oh.
It was sort of like Lucha Underground. Lucha Underground wasn't a company. It was basically just a show.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. I remember that, ladies and gentlemen. I remember it had one season, I think, somewhere in there.
Yeah, that's true. But the other, the midget thing, the celebrity thing, yeah, you're right. I didn't care much for the midget stuff. Guess it was what it was.
Now, I do have a good friend of mine that's a midget wrestler, Short Sleeve Samson. Shout out to you, sir. Cool dude. But other than him, nah. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I need to get close to my thing. I forgot I need to mention our lovely sponsor here. Give me 1 second. I need to get close to this here. Okay, here we go. I should know this by heart, but it's all good. All right, ladies and gentlemen, hang on a second. Let me pull this up here. Wrestling Tracks brought to you by Back of the Delivery More LLC. They put the D in delivery. You have a CDL license. You can drive trucks. You want more information, you call here. Let's see here. You call here 888-71 backup. That is 888-712-2587 or 817-204. I got the other number. That's all good. 888-712-2587. We got backup.com. And by the way, that wonderful time of the year, David Burton, I ain't talking about Christmas. Yeah. I'm talking about back to school time. Send them kids back to school. They gotta go. They got to go. But there's no need in trying to break the bank for school supplies. At Walmart got you covered. Tablets, paper, tablets, books. No, not books, but binders and all that stuff. Walmart got you covered. Save money and live a whole lot better. Yes, sir. Now, what's going on in the world of New Japan, David? Hang on a second. Lost him here. Hey, David. Hello. Hang on. Oh, my bad. Sorry about that. You hear me?
Yep.
Alright, we had technical difficulties as always. Sorry about that, y'all. But I was saying, what's going on in the world of New Japan?
Oh, before I get to that, well, right now they're currently in the midst of their G1 Climax, which is the largest, vigorous tournaments in all of pro wrestling. So right now they're currently dealing with that. And the winner of that tournament will indeed challenge whoever the IWGP champion is by January 4th, Wrestle Kingdom, Right now, the current IWGP champion is currently Sonata. If Sonata is still champion by then, he will face the winner of the G1 Climax. So that's it for New Japan. But going back to NXT's Great American Bash this Sunday night, Olympic gold medalist Gable Stevenson, who will make his in-ring debut against Baron Corbin. Now, I know the company is high on Gable Stevenson, and they want him to sort of have the same popularity that Kurt Angle had, and to be honest, you can't have that. Kurt Angle got over on his own. Kurt Angle got over because of everything he did, and the people respected what he did, admired what he did, and enjoyed what he did. Now, Gable Stevenson, he has to get over on his own merits, and the people have to like him.
Yeah.
I don't care how much the company pushes him. If the fans ain't behind it, it's going to fail. Just look at Roman Reigns. They were trying to make Roman Reigns the next big baby face. They wanted to make him like the new Hulk Hogan or the new John Cena. It was an absolute failure.
Yeah.
But anyway, going back to that card, I already mentioned he will have his in-ring debut match against Baron Corbin. Roxanne Perez will face Blair Davenport in a Weapons Wild match. There will be weapons all over the arena and all around the ring and in the ring, so they will be surrounded with weapons everywhere. Gallus will defend the NXT Tag Team Championships against the Family. Tiffany Stratton will defend the NXT Women's Championship against Thea Howard. Dominic Mysterio will defend the North American Championship in a triple threat match against Mustafa Ali at Wrestling. And last but not least, Carmelo Hayes will defend the NXT Championship against Audra Dragunov. Not a bad card. Of course, Rhea Ripley will be in Dominic Mysterio's corner.
Oh, of course she will.
I'm interested to see how well he fares in his first triple threat match.
Man,
that's what I want to see.
I would love to see Dominic and Rhea have their first fight. That'd be interesting. But Rhea might put Dominic in his place. I wouldn't go there.
Well, we can't have that because that wouldn't be bad for the Judgment Day.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, but like, by the way, I hate to be this kind of guy, but
you're playing devil's advocate right now, to be honest.
Yeah, I hate to be this guy, but we all know it, so I will say it because we all know it. They are saying completely different people. Rhea saying Buddy Matthews, and Dominic is engaged to somebody, but storyline wise, is Dominic and Mommy, as in M-A-M-I, by the way, like Mamacita. Yep.
I love what Charlotte said when they were going back and forth. He was like, and Dominic? He was like, I already have somebody calling me mommy, or a real Latino man. I was like, wow. Charlotte is back, and she wants that women's championship. And she gets her opportunity at SummerSlam. And of course, Bianca Belair wants that title back. The longest Raw Women's Champion ever.
It's SummerSlam from Detroit, Michigan. The first time since WrestleMania we've been in Detroit on pay-per-view.
True. Last time SummerSlam
23, by the way.
Detroit was 30 years ago.
Yes, sir. And the last time WrestleMania was in Detroit, WrestleMania 23.
Yeah, I just saw. Also, last time WWE was in Ford Field. Of course, the last time SummerSlam was in Detroit was in '93, 30 years ago.
Yep.
It's a long time to be gone from Detroit for a SummerSlam.
Wow.
3 decades.
And while we in Detroit, shout out to Kevin Nash.
Yes, Big Kev was from Detroit. I wonder what the number is going to be in terms of attendance, because I know they want to have the same record they did for SummerSlam. Personally, I don't think they're going to have the same record.
Yeah.
I could be wrong, but that's just my opinion.
Well, speaking of attendance, by the way, tickets are available for Monday Night Raw, October 23rd. Tickets are available right now. I'm getting my ticket, God willing, next month of September. And I'll see you guys in October. It's going down. Man, I've been waiting a whole year for this thing. I'm excited. Check this out. I was on this thing called womb vac treatment. And basically, a womb vac is a machine that sucks all the juices and the stuff from the womb, all the blood, the juices, all that stuff. So the doctor took me off. I'm trying to talk to mama to give me a last minute ticket. The day of, mind you, it's Halloween 2022. I'll never get that as long as I live. Halloween 2022. My mom said, you might want to see this out this year. And I did. And it's been a whole year. So they owe me.
Yeah, they definitely owe you a whole year.
Oh, man,
Can you believe AEW still has no matches made for damn All In?
I don't know why I thought it was this Sunday.
Wembley Stadium.
It's August 27th.
That's right, London's Wembley Stadium. And this is, man. This is only the second wrestling show to take place in Wembley Stadium.
Sir, of course, following Money in the Bank.
Of course, we all know what that first show was.
Sir.
That was over 30 years ago. SummerSlam, 1992.
My birth year, by the way, later on in November.
And they set the attendance record, 80,355 people, a record that has not yet been broken. That record still stands to this day, over 30 years later. Which is amazing. Now,
I don't see AEW trying to break that. I really don't.
Huh?
I don't see AEW trying to break that record.
Oh no, they want to, but it's not going to happen. There's no way. And AEW's attendance, as of right now, they're saying they've reached 66,500 people. But to be honest, I gotta be honest, I don't think all 66,500 people are paid ticket holders.
Oh,
I'm positive some of those people got some free tickets.
Oh, so you saying they pulled a WCW?
Absolutely. I don't think they're that popular enough. They've only been around 4 years. You think in 4 years they're going to have 66,000 people purchase tickets? No, no way. No
Now,
way.
all my young folks, a little history lesson for you. What we're talking about is WCW used to do that. Give away free tickets. I remember one to DX trolled WCW fans. I remember they asked her, "Hey, did you pay for your ticket?" And hell no, I came for free.
Yeah. You said, if we got ours for free.
AEW pulling the WCW. Look at that.
Yeah. No, it's one thing to just give them away. Just to give them away. At least in WWE's case, they actually had contests.
Yeah.
Like, you know, they're going to make a contest and give away free tickets. So, technically speaking, WWE did the same thing, but the way they did it was brilliant.
I remember, I believe it was SummerSlam. I want to say it was 1997. They had, I believe, $1 million cash in the casket. All you got to do is pick the correct key and unlocks the casket. The money is yours.
Yeah, you win $1 million. I forgot about that. That's true.
They picked a little boy, some dude, and a bunch of people called in. This one person wasn't even home. One person called wasn't even home. That sucks. Another person wasn't even watching the pay-per-view. So they got to the people in the arena. The dude tried it. Didn't unlock the thing. The little boy tried it, didn't unlock the thing, but he did get a nice hug from Sable. And I believe the correct key was number 3.
Yeah, it was. I remember that. They gave away a lot of interesting stuff over the years, WWE. I remember for their first In Your House pay-per-view, they gave away a damn house.
Yeah.
They gave away a damn house. I was like, what the hell? And I remember their second pay-per-view. The Wrestling Classic, which is on the network, by the way. Their second pay-per-view titled The Wrestling Classic, which took place in November of 1985. They gave away a Rolls Royce.
Nice.
They gave away a car.
Anybody win the thing?
Yeah, somebody's won it. But, like, the stuff they gave away over the years is insane. A house, a car. Man.
Well, unfortunately...
There were other stuff, but those are the 2 things I remember off the top of my head.
Unfortunately, in this scenario, nobody won the money. And, of course, the money went back into Vince's office, probably in the vault somewhere.
Well, good thing is he didn't lose the money, so... So, he didn't lose the money. And who knows, maybe that money was spent on something else.
Yeah.
Probably used it for the $1 Million Mania stuff they did years later. I wouldn't be surprised if they did that. You know, Vince gave away $500,000 every week for 3 weeks in a row.
And unfortunately, it's this time they'll call you. So you calling them.
I remember that.
And I sat by the phone every week and them suckers didn't call me.
I remember they called one person because one person won the money, and the person that won the money wasn't even home when they called.
Oh, man.
And this is live TV. But that person did get the money despite them not answering the phone. So they technically won the money.
Oh, yeah.
Like, just because you don't answer the phone doesn't mean you still ain't gonna get the money.
You at least get like $50 or something like that.
No, I think the person won like, I don't remember how much it was.
Yeah.
I know it was like, oh no, I think it might have been 50,000. I don't remember. But yeah, the person won. They called the person won the money, and then when they called, no one was home to answer the phone.
And by the way, we talking the house phone. By the way, old school for you.
Yeah, old school. Well, they still have house phones. Just people don't use them anymore.
Yeah, my house phone ain't rung in a mighty long time. Thank God. But you just have scammers calling anyway. But we talking about the house phone. That's long. Wow. I ain't used my house phone in years. I got it in a box somewhere.
Yeah, house phones are still a thing. Of course, they're not selling as much as they used to, but they're still a thing because everybody has a cell phone. You know, you got cell phones that you pay for every month. Then you got free cell phone service. So, yeah, now that everybody's got a cell phone, there's really no use for house phones anymore. But they are still a thing, despite the fact that people don't use them anymore.
Sure. But I'll tell you what you can use it, ladies and gentlemen, your wrestling fix. And if you can't afford Peacock, I would recommend for now ProWrestlingNetwork.in. Check it out. Enjoy all pay-per-views from AEW, WWE, New Japan Pro Wrestling, Pro Wrestling Noah, I believe. All wrestling, all boxing, everything is on there. Check it out.
That's right.
Meanwhile, Wrestling Network, watch Wrestling.ai. You need to get your stuff together.
Yeah, those things are, cool to have, and they're cool that they're around, especially if you don't want to pay for those things.
The Fight Network. Oh God! First of all, you got to buy the subscription, then buy the pay-per-view.
That is retarded.
Yeah. Like I should have pay-per-view because I bought the subscription.
That makes no sense at all. Because not only are you paying for the service, but you're paying for the pay-per-view on top of paying for the service, so you're paying for extra.
Yeah.
It's not like it's Netflix or something where you're only paying for the service. All the movies are free, but the only thing that you're paying for is the service. That's like, okay, I'm paying $8 a month for Netflix. Now I have Netflix. I see Transformers on Netflix. I want to watch it, and then they tell you got to pay $8. So you're paying extra. That's basically what they're doing with the Fight Network.
That's some bull crap. But ladies and gentlemen, I recommend watch wrestling. WrestlingNetwork.in. If you can't afford Peacock, you can't afford Fight Network, check it out. Watch Wrestling.in. And also, ladies and gentlemen, I do believe Oppenheimer is in theaters tomorrow.
Yeah. It isn't about not affording the network and all these streaming services. I mean, to be honest, all of them are affordable, but if you have more than one, let's say, for example, you have like 5 different streaming services, all of that adds up. And all of them are all different prices. So let's say you have Netflix, you have Hulu, and you have Disney Plus, and now you want to get Peacock. Like, all of that adds up.
Yeah.
So instead of you paying for Peacock, you can use those websites we just mentioned and save yourself some money.
Oh yes.
Even New Japan has a subscription service. It ain't just WWE. WWE has a WWE Network, Peacock, or whatever it is that they're aligned with in some other countries. Impact has their own. They have Impact Plus. ROH, they have Honor Club. New Japan, they have New Japan World. So it ain't just WWE that has their own streaming service.
AEW to get with the program. Yep.
They can't have a streaming service. It ain't been around long enough yet.
Oh yeah.
They're only 4 years old. What the hell are you going to pay for? Somebody else said that, and I was like, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Well,
You can't have a streaming service and you've only been in existence for 4 years. You don't have enough content.
That's the equivalent of AEW trying to have a Hall of Fame. Y'all too young. Y'all
That's stupid.
you're too young right now. Now, 10, 20...
Yes, they've been around for over 20 years.
Yeah.
ROH, yes, they've been around for over 20 years.
At least 20 years, then you got all the fame.
I just found another site that I just came across. It's called All Wrestling 24.
Huh.
So, add that to your other 2 that we mentioned.
Is it free or what?
Yes, it's free. It's like the other 2 sites we just mentioned.
Okay, I'm checking it out. I'm definitely checking that out. All Wrestling 24.
Yes, sir. And this one, also, if you're a UFC fan, they have select episodes of certain UFC shows, like The Ultimate Fighter. The Ultimate Fighter's on here. Dark Side of the Ring is on here. They have pretty much everything.
Yes, looking forward to
all the
it.
WWE shows. They have Impact. They have New Japan's G1 Climax. Of course, AEW and their shows. The only thing that this site does not have is the NWA and MLW. But they have everything else, so that's good enough.
Yep. And shout out to New Japan, because that tournament, like we said earlier, is brutal.
Yes. It's a very brutal tournament, and it goes over the course of several days.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, you can watch pay-per-views on the site as well. Again, I'll say it one more time. The name of the site is called All Wrestling 24. I'll say it one more time. All Wrestling 24.
That's up. People in the back. Appreciate you, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I believe we squeezed all we can out of this thing here.
Yeah, they certainly did.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you guys Sunday for I believe this Sunday, Great American Bash this Sunday.
Yes, it
NXT.
is. Of course, SmackDown is tomorrow night, as is AEW's Rampage.
And of course, you got your Wrestling Fix, you got Wrestling Network.in, All Wrestling 24.
And don't forget Collision on Saturday nights.
Yes, sir. And I guess watch Wrestling.ai, then you get that shit together. But you got your Wrestling Fix, you got y'all your wrestling. Have a great weekend. We'll see you guys Friday and Sunday for SmackDown and for Great American Bash. Good night, everybody.
Take care, everybody, and be safe.